March Madness, welcome in to the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. Appreciate you watching on the TV or the internet. I'm Jamie McCracken. She is Lauren Cash. How is Lauren Cash feeling tonight?
I am so stressed out, but I'm so happy. We're pretty sure everything got done.
Yeah.
I'm confident in it.
I'm confident we have all the video.
Yes,
I hope
I'm
so.
very confident and we have all the video.
Yes.
Our director just said yes.
Yes.
Lots to get to tonight.
We'll go to the 13th region. That's where you were, the girls' championship. Boys' quarterfinals over the 15th region. Plus, we'll go to the 14th where I was for Creech Watch tonight. Of course, the girls' championship game.
Yeah, hashtag Creech Watch. Plus, we'll have 15th boys semis, like you just said, girls' 15th region championship highlights. But first, we start with Senior Day in Lexington.
Yeah, the 22nd ranked Kentucky Wildcats, of course, just one senior on the roster, Alex Poitras. The basketball Cats trying to claim their first back-to-back outright regular season SEC championship since 1995-96. But Texas A&M would have to lose, and Kentucky would have to win for that to happen. LSU at number 22, Kentucky. Alex Poitras honored before the game. First half, Ben Simmons. The steal and the deal. 17 for Simmons today. LSU up by 5 a little later. Tyler Ulis up to Marcus Lee. 14 assists. That's a career high. Just one turnover for Tyler Ulis. And right here is the turnover. Simmons with the steal. Now, Josh Gray thinks he's got a layup. Scalabicier says, nuh-uh. Sorry, bruh. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Ulis to Scow. Nice touch. Started for the second straight game. Then Ulis and Scow working it again. He hit his first 6 shots today. Went for 18 points. Cats up 9 at the break. Let's go second half because, you know, Jamal Murray doing Jamal Murray things. Look at the flick of the wrist. Game high 22. Cats by 14. Ulis now dropping it down to the senior. Poitras slamming it home. He had 12. And then Ulis on the break. To Isaiah Briscoe. No. Marcus Lee. Oh, yeah, he's got it. That'll work. And then later, the Cats back out in transition. Ulis to Briscoe to Poitras. Oh, the senior was rocketed on Senior Day. 5 Cats scoring double figures, and Kentucky claims a share of the Southeastern Conference regular season title. Of course, Texas A&M, they won today. Cats 94, Tigers 77. Kentucky shoots 52% from the field. Scou's big day. Here it is.
Really active. I would say played with more energy than I ever had. During practice, I did the same, and I carried it over to the game.
Here's a kid that's taken a lot of grief and goes for 18 and 9 and 6 blocks. Like, he looked really good in that game.
Yeah, he's starting to look different. He's starting to act a little different. You know, he needs to tone it down. Yeah, he needs to tone it down, though. But, you know,
what's he doing?
I don't know. He's just being all talkative and stuff, you know. But if he plays like that, you know, it just keeps on building on what he's doing, you know. I mean, he's great. You know, he's really protecting the rim now. That's something we really need.
All right, Lauren, up next is the SEC tournament down in Nashville for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah, the 22nd ranked Cats get the 2 seed in next week's tournament, meaning they will play Friday at 7 in the quarterfinal round. Kentucky gets a double bye with that 2 seed and will play the winner of Ole Miss, Alabama. If they win that, they'll either play South Carolina, Georgia, or Mississippi State in the semis. For a complete bracket with the dates and times, check out the sports page on WYMT.com.
Good win for Kentucky.
We're just getting started, though. Coming up next, we recap what happened this past week in the full court press.
Yes, and then we get to some highlights. The 15th Region Girls Championship, Shelby Valley, Magoffin County, the two were supposed to meet in the regular season. Of course, that got canceled because of snow, but we'll have these highlights. The winner of this one is headed to the Sweet 16. Welcome back. Before we get to what happened tonight in regional tournament action, we take a look back at the week that was in the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th region tournaments. Here are the sights and sounds in this week's Lee's Famous Recipe, Hazard and Whitesburg Full Court Press.
Show these compete, right?
Holy moly. It's been a fun week.
It was a fun week.
It's been a fun week. All right, Girls Region Championship night across the coverage area. 13th, 14th, and 15th Region Championship games going on tonight.
Yeah, we start in the 13th region. Excuse me, I was getting excited. The Lady Green Dragons making their third straight appearance in the region final, still looking for that title, though. It's Harlan City versus Harlan County. But first, Marlena Van Hoos gets us started. Marlena, getting me all up in my feelings pregame. This big game, trying to pay attention. It's not working though. Defense here turning into offense for the Lady Black Bears. Blair Green snags a loose ball, goes coast to coast, finishes for two. Harlan though up two. Lady Black Bears now taking advantage of their size in the paint. Kayla Gross working it in, and we're tied up early. Brooklyn Massengale, yeah, she knows how to create space for herself. She just needs a little bit. Three ball in the corner puts Harlan City up two. Lady Dragons back on offense. Emma Bianchi, about as open as you can get right there. Jumper from the elbow. Harlan clean to the 2-point lead. Back and forth we go. Harlan County, Blair Green, three ball from the wing. I'll take those. Lady Black Bears on top by one. Jordan Brock here. What do you even say?
I was just going to say,
nastiness.
These two teams have met like a billion times this season. They should know each other, right?
16 points for the tournament MVP. Mackenzie King had a nice night for Harlan City. She's about as wide open in the paint as you're going to get for two more. And we go to the scoreboard. Third time's the charm for Derek Cal and his Lady Green Dragons. 3 straight trips to the region final. And finally, a championship. City beats County 44-36. Harlan Independent is the champion of the 13th region.
The thing on the back of their shirt, one team, one dream, they really came up with that, and it's something they was really, really striving for at the beginning of the season. You know, I still haven't had the opportunity to take it all in, but, you know, the amount of work those girls put in to get here and have an opportunity to play in this game, like right now, you know, I can't grasp it all just yet.
I really didn't. It didn't go through my mind that we would actually lose, because I really had faith and confidence in my team that we would progress and win. It's always been the goal, and for it to be my senior year, it's amazing.
All right, the champions of the 13th region, Harlan, will face the winner out of Region 3 Thursday, March 10th at 8 o'clock from BB&T Arena on the campus of Northern Kentucky University. Now, we don't have a team there yet because the two teams haven't played yet. Owensboro Catholic and Breckinridge County will face off for the 3rd region title tomorrow, Sunday, March 6th at 3 o'clock. If the Lady Aces win, Harlan, they'll be ready for some revenge. Owensboro Catholic knocked them out of the All-A State tournament back in January.
I'm sorry, I started my highlight pack the same way you did.
You definitely did.
Hashtag Creech Watch, the all-time leading scorer in the state of Kentucky. Whitney Creech ready to ball. Jenkins, Leslie County. Let's go 14th Region Championship. Lady Cavs, they haven't been to the Sweet 16 in 40 years, but Leslie hasn't been to it in 30. And Madison Combs says, I want to get there. There's a 3-ball. On the other end, Creech. Oh, jab, step, floater, pure entertainment all night long. Later, Shelby Sparks dumping it down low to Katie Gay, one of Sparks' 8 assists on the night. But Creech just keeps doing her thing. Mid-range J. Leslie Lowe leads 16-10 at the end of the first quarter. Creech with all 10 for the green. So we go second quarter. Sparks another great feed down low. Kaylee Collett, her only bucket of the game. Lady Eagles up 21-10. More from Combs now. Long range. Leslie shot 10 of 19 from three-point range. Combs was 16. Lady Eagles up 10 at the break, and they just kept shooting in the second half. Haley Mullins, the kick out to Gay. Racker for a 3-ball. She had 19, and they just kept letting it rain. Emily Griffith bang. Team high at 28. Fourth quarter. Jenkins down 14. Creech pulling up. She hits it. Finishes her career with a 51-point performance. But Leslie simply had more players do more things tonight. Mullins finds Gay again. And Leslie County, for the first time in 3 decades, the Lady Eagles are headed to the Sweet 16. Oh, how sweet it is. Cut down those nets. Let's go to the Highlands Health System scoreboard. Leslie is going dancing. The Lady Eagles beat the Lady Cavaliers 76-59. As I said, Creech finishes with 51. That gives her 5,527 total points for her career. Post-game reacts right now.
It's unbelievable. You want to get around, you want to jump around and scream. Any coach that's been through this, it's almost a surreal feeling. I was standing over here during the trophy presentations, just trying to soak it all in. You don't get this opportunity very often, so when you do, I think you need to make the most of it. Again, for a small school, as close-knit as we are, it's almost like a large family. You know everyone in the stands over here. The school is about 400-plus kids, and it's a great opportunity for our whole school. We saw the kind of fan support we had here tonight, and just to bring those people even closer is a great opportunity for the whole community.
Just about how good of a team effort it was and how many 8s we ran and how hard we worked to get to this point. It feels great to actually accomplish it and accomplish our goals. Oh, it's great. We had a goal, set out to do it this season, and it feels great to have accomplished that.
It was just it was a great feeling for our team, but it's a great feeling knowing we did it for all these other people who didn't get to make it that far, especially for our seniors last year. It was really for them. I'm so excited because we didn't get to an All-A, and so now that we do this time, I'm really pumped.
2 district runner-ups playing the championship game. Just an awesome run here by Leslie County. So the Lady Eagles get everything started from BB&T Arena. Next week, they'll face off with the 12th region champ, Mercer County, on Wednesday, March 9th at noon. Mercer County knocked out coverage area team Southwestern Friday night on a last-second shot. Mercer is 28-5 on the season.
All right, let's go out to the 15th region now. 15th region player of the year, Jazzy Howard, trying to lead Magoffin County to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2012. Shelby Valley looking to make it 3 trips in 4 years. Not a lot of points scored in this one, but well, here's 3 of them. Cassidy Wright, the tray from the corner, and she gets fouled. Missed the free throw, gives Valley the 3-point lead. Leslie Howard had the first 5 points for Magoffin County, including these 2 off the strong take. Lady Hornets by 2. Valley now going to the lone senior Lakin Mullins, the turnaround jumper on the baseline to tie things in the first quarter. To the second quarter now, Jazzy with the quick hands takes it herself to the paint. Whoop, nice sidestep for the 2. Gives McGoffin the 2-point lead.
She's really quick.
Neither team getting too far ahead in this one. Lady Cats going back inside. Kayla Newsom the drive, the hoop, and the harm. Valley regains the lead, and we go to the Highlands Health System scoreboard. Shelby Valley makes it 15th region championships in 4 years in a high-scoring affair, not low-scoring affair. 23-22 the final. They punched their ticket to the Sweet 16.
You know, this group right here, like a lot of people didn't have us done as well as we did, but I think that motivated the kids some. And, you know, I think at Shelby Valley, that's our expectations to be in the championship every year.
It's the most amazing feeling. It's something that I've worked for my whole life, and I'm just so excited about it. We're all so excited. We worked so hard. We gave up our breaks, our snow days, everything for it, and we're just so happy and so thankful to the Lord.
All right, the 15th region champs, Shelby Valley, will meet up with the 11th region champions, the Franklin County Lady Flyers, in the state tournament next week. They hit the court on Wednesday, March 9th at 1:30 in the afternoon, right after the Leslie County Lady Eagles.
So we got some teams punching their tickets. As we continue on, still to come, our Sports Overtime Rewind. We go back to the 1986 high school basketball season.
And up next, we go back out to the 15th region for the boys' quarterfinals. South Floyd, Magoffin County, Lawrence County, Pikeville. All right, welcome back. We just heard from the girls' side. Now let's check out the boys' side of things.
Yeah, so we go to the 15th. Of course, these games were canceled, pushed to Saturday. Let's see it. Trenton Russell and Magoffin County back in the region tournament, meeting up with South Floyd. Let's pick it up second. That's Jaron Lovely. He's got a lovely game. Hornets leading the Raiders by 9. Time winding down now in the quarter. Andrew Tackett on the block. Good pump fake. Swish. South Floyd down 6. Let's go third quarter. Raiders working around to Papa Trimble. Raiders, though, down by 5. More Tackett. Here, I like some scoopage. That's good scoopage. Deficit, though, down at 7 for South Floyd. Look at the sequence by Brady Kahn. Gets the block defensively down low. And then the ensuing possession, he goes to work down low. Count it. Raiders still down 5, and it's Magoffin County that advances to the region semifinal. 61-57, the final score for South Floyd. Head coach Robbie Russell and his team advancing to the next round on Monday.
We got a little nervous. We got a little tight. We ain't been here forever, but I'm proud of our kids. We never stopped. We kept beating, banging, do the little things. We stepped up and hit a couple free throws. I'm proud of them. I'm just proud. I'm going to go hug them, everyone in there. We can't turn the ball over. We can't turn it over. I thought we took some shots, got out of sorts a little bit, but like I said, the effort was there. I thought some of our young kids, hopefully they growed up, they'll be ready to go Monday night.
Who are they going to play Monday night? Lawrence County, last year's region runner-up, battling Pikeville in this year's opening round. Tight game early. Wyatt Battle using the ball skills, gets to the paint. Oh, that's some finesse too right there off the glass. We're tied in the first, but the Battle does this. Throws it away to Austin Chaffins. I would joke around and say he's got to dunk that, but he lays it in. Then a couple of Daltons. Robert out to brother Timmy. That's a 3 ball. Good from straight away. Panthers, though, still keeping pace. Blaine May to Michael McDonald underneath for the wide open bucket down low. Lawrence County started the game on a 12-2 run and did not look back as Lawrence County wins it over Pikeville Panthers 77-64. The Bulldogs advance to Monday night where they will play the Magoffin County Hornets in the 15th region semifinals. So here we go. The boys' 15th region semifinals are set. 2 games from the Expo Center on Monday night, starting with the 2 teams that played on Wednesday in the opening round. So a lot of days off. Johnson Central, Eastridge, they'll square off at 6:30, and then following that game, the second semifinal between Magoffin County and Lawrence County at 8:15. Winners play in a 15th region championship game Tuesday night.
You got to battle. You got to get out on every shooter. I don't care if it's your position or not. You got to go get out on them. It's plain and simple.
It's plain and simple, Jamie. You got to get out on them. Knox Central, South Laurel, both fighting for a spot in the 13th region championship game. We're out in Corbin in the arena. First quarter, South, they're doing what they do best, getting it down inside to Caleb Taylor up and in. He had 15 and 11. Cardinals up 4. JJ Ramey, yeah, he likes to get buckets. One of his 3 3-pointers in the first half, 19 points on the day. South lead out to 7. Second quarter, Caleb Taylor sat down with 2 fouls, and Knox Central took advantage of it. Wade Lyford and his bloody nose drives baseline in the paint for 2. He had 8. Ramey, all right, he can shoot from anywhere. You saw one wing, opposite baseline, freshman with all kinds of poise in this one. All right, all things, well, they were just throwing South Laurel's way in this one. Ryan Anders, yeah, friendly bounce from the rim. He had 11. Let's go to the scoreboard. South Laurel cruises into the 13th region final 72-47. First appearance in the championship game for head coach Jeff Davis at South Laurel, and first time back for the Cardinals since 2009. Here's Coach Davis after the game.
We just want to do what we've done all year, and that's defend and rebound. The same staples we've been talking about since day one. If we guard people and rebound, then we'll give ourselves a chance, and that's what we focused on all year and all the way through this tournament. When guys were being taken away, we had other guys step up. I thought we did a great job early defending, taking them out of stuff. We rebound well, but I thought we ran the floor really, really well. It's March, you know, that's what you live for and that's what you dream for. You can sleep later.
Second semifinal, Clay County and Harlan County, a Mountain Top 10 matchup. All right, this game started at an electric pace. West Wolf, spin move, whoop, floater. Tigers, though, down 1. Cameron Carmichael started this game off with a bang for Harlan County. Back-to-back 3 balls from the junior. Black Bears up 4. Clay County going shot for shot with Harlan County Trey Farmer. Splash ball. He had 19. Tigers within 1. All right, now Blake Smith wants to get in on the scoring. Driving baseline, goes high off the glass. Dude scored a lot in this one, FYI. Trey Spurlock stops and pops off the screen. Finished with 14. Harlan County clinging to a 1-point lead at the halftime break. Second half, though, Blake Smith was in the zone. That jumper ties the game up at 30 in the third quarter. Black Bears not done, though. Carmichael, fancy dribble, fancy with the finish. Gets the friendly bounce. He had 11, and we're still tied. All right, you heard me say Blake Smith was in the zone. Okay, but I really meant it. Smith again, strong take to the hoop. And we go to the scoreboard. Clay County is back in the 13th Region Championship game for the 5th straight year. Looking to get back to Rupp Arena for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. Here's Coach Markham after the win.
You would think both teams would come out a little jittery, you know, to get into the final game. But you know, Harlan County was making some nice shots. You know, we wanted them to shoot 3-pointers. But they were making them, you know. But we just kind of stuck with their game plan and rode the ship. And you know, once we got in the flow of the game, it kind of settled down for us to where we was able. If we get in a half-court set, we was having some good luck with Farmer and Smith in a half-court set. This has been 5 years in a row we've been in this final game, you know. So we've got a lot of pride about it, and we want to get there. You know, we're 2-2 right now. We won 2, come up short 2. Hopefully, you know, when we come up short last year to Williamsburg, that this will be motivation enough to get over that hump. But we got a tough opponent in South Laurel.
I could just watch Cameron Carmichael and Blake Smith ball all day.
Oh, yeah, right?
They're
just
fun.
go one-on-one tournament. Let's go. Let's make that happen. The boys' 13th Region Championship game is set. The South Laurel Cardinals and the Clay County Tigers game time set for Monday, March 7th at 7:30 from the arena in Corbin. The two teams met twice in the regular season, both in the month of January, and both times the Cardinals finished on top. Should be a great title game for what's been so far an awesome 13th Region tournament.
Yeah, we expected that. How about the boys semifinals? They're set for the 14th Region. June Buchanan, Perry Central. They get the night started on Monday, March 7th from Knott Central High School. The two schools won easily in the opening round on Wednesday. Their game is set for 6 o'clock. Immediately following that, the Buckhorn Wildcats and the Breathitt County Bobcats. The two met back in the regular season in the Scott Blank Classic at the Horn. And the Wildcats won by 28. The boys' 14th Region final is set for Monday at 7 o'clock from Knott Central High School.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday.
More semifinal action to be played on Monday night. The boys' 12th Region at Pulaski County High School. Game 1, and it's a doozy. Mercer County and Southwestern. The two played back on February 19th in Somerset, and the Titans won by 3. Game 2 following that one, Boyle County, who upset Wayne County in the opening round on Thursday night, will take on Casey County at 7:45 p.m. The 12th Region final is set for Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
I'm just having fun. Next on the show, we take a step away from the high school hardwood and turn our attention to the college hardwood.
Yes, the UK Hoop Squad taking on South Carolina in the SEC tournament, and the Union Bulldogs prep for the NAIA Division II National Tournament next week. Welcome back. The Kentucky women are in Jacksonville for the Southeastern Conference Tournament. They knocked off number 25 Florida yesterday to advance to the semis.
We make each other laugh too much during the break. That win made the Wildcats 7-2 against ranked opponents this season. The two losses that they lost to ranked teams, both to South Carolina, and that's who they had to beat if they wanted the right to play, in that SEC championship game. South Carolina, the number 1 overall seed, Janae Thompson, she stops, pops, buries the 3 for Kentucky. The Wildcats down by 4, though, 23-19. Later in the second quarter, Michaela Epps, a hand in the face, that means right in your eye hole. Carolina, though, still up 6, 32-26. Kentucky would cut the lead to 4 on Evelyn Akator's drive and spin score plus the foul, so she scored 3 there. But the Gamecocks closed the half on a 7-0 run. Sessions for 3. Kentucky down 11 at the break. South Carolina would begin to pull away in the second half. Tiffany Mitchell, she had a game-high 20 points, and South Carolina wins it big, 93-63. So the SEC Women's Tournament Championship is set. It's all maroon. Mississippi State, South Carolina, the Bulldogs, and the Gamecocks.
Someone needs to throw them a Sports Overtime t-shirt in that game. They can match for both of them.
That's right. Mississippi State knocked out Tennessee earlier today. These two will meet up tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. I believe that game's on ESPNU.
All right, let's stay on the scoreboard here. Some final scores. The Lincoln Memorial women fall in the semifinals of the SAC tournament to Anderson, 69-51. But the men advance to the South Atlantic tournament title game for the 4th straight year. Triple digits again for LMU, 105-81.
All right, now to the Mid-South Conference. The U-Pike women lose to Shawnee State in the Mid-South Conference tournament, 88-69. And the Campbellsville women top Lindsey Wilson, 60-56. On the men's side, Georgetown defeats Campbellsville 78-73, and the Cumberland's Patriots squeak out another close game, 56-55. They get the win over Lindsey Wilson. All right, now to Division II. The Union College Bulldogs set to make their 3rd straight appearance in the men's NAIA Division II National Tournament next week.
Yeah, the Bulldogs coming off a strong performance in the AAC tournament. They are the 2 seed in their bracket in the NAIA Division II National Tournament. They face the 7-seeded Cal Maritime in the opening round on Wednesday. Last season, the Bulldogs won their opening round game, but lost in the second round. Head coach Kevin Burton likes how Union matches up against the Keel Haulers, but he understands no game in the national tournament will be, quote, easy.
It's going to be a really good game. They've got experience to draw on from going to the national tournament. We do as well, so it should be really competitive. I'm just happy that this is the first year that we're not really playing at an odd time. We have a 4 o'clock afternoon game, which is, I think, 5 o'clock here local time. And so that's something exciting to me. We don't have to get up at 5:30 in the morning or stay up until midnight to play a game, things of that nature. So that part of it is, I was very glad to see that.
All right, Kevin Burton's happy they're not waking up at 5:30 in the morning, and so are we. So the Union Bulldogs are the 2 seed in their bracket, and they will face the 7-seeded Cal Maritime Keel Haulers. I had to get that in as many times as I possibly could because it is way too much fun to say. Wednesday, March 9th at 5 o'clock Eastern Time from Point Lookout, Missouri. The Bulldogs are winners of 3 straight Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament championships. They will, however, be without one of their senior leaders, J.D. Tucker, who was injured in the conference tournament last week. Union is making its 3rd straight appearance in the NAIA Division II National Tournament.
I encourage everybody to Google Keel Hauler. It's not necessarily a good thing. It was actually punishment, but
it's kind of sort of a piratey thing, right?
Yeah, it's a piratey thing.
R.
R. Please. Good thing this is a tease. Good thing this is a tease because that means we're going to break and you can erase that memory. Coming up, the latest episode in our Sports Overtime Rewind series.
Take a listen.
Those 2 calls toward the end had done us in.
We revisit the 1986 state semifinals and the Hazard Bulldogs' disappointing loss to PRP.
Welcome back. With the state tournament play right around the corner, we go back tonight 30 years.
Woo, 30 years to 1986 when the Hazard Bulldogs found themselves 2 games away from a state championship, only to have the opportunity taken out from under them. Josh McKinney has more in this week's Sports Overtime Rewind.
The Hazard Bulldogs entered the 1986 Sweet 16 with a 32-1 record and returned home 2 wins shy of their goal of winning a state title. And the story is not that they lost in the state semifinals, but more so of how they lost. Facing a Pleasure Ridge Park team that was 35-2 and ranked in the top 5 nationally, the Bulldogs showed they were not afraid of the Panthers, going toe-to-toe with the big city team for 32 minutes.
And we had no fear. And a couple bounces here and there and a call maybe, then we had a chance to play Saturday night for it all.
But the final 60 seconds is what people would be talking about even 30 years later.
Those 2 calls toward the end had done us in.
Hazard trailed by just 2 and looked as though it would make a run until a couple of calls began to go the way of PRP. First, a breakaway layup attempt by Willie Combs that was blocked, that head coach Roy McCamey pleaded should have included a foul. Then another Panther block on what appeared to be a sure 2 points for Dwayne Cornett. And like any good team, PRP converted the opportunity into points. But even then, Hazard was still able to tie the game with 30 seconds to play. Until it was on the losing end of yet another close call, the third in the final minute, when Todd Blanton was ruled to have touched the ball going out of bounds.
I've watched the film 500 times, and I've watched it with officials, and everybody says it's a foul. Well, those 2 possessions would have been a 4 to 6 point swing toward Airway.
Derek Wilcox then gave the Panthers the lead for good on the ensuing possession, and Pleasure Ridge Park advanced to play for a state championship 56-54, leaving the Bulldogs and their fans feeling not defeated, but cheated.
That's tough right there.
Yeah, that's tough.
Pleasure Ridge Park would lose in the championship game to another coverage area team as head coach Dave Fraley and the Pulaski County Maroons captured the state title that season, beating the Panthers 47-45. Good stuff there by Josh McKinney.
It was. Next up, we'll close out the show with our play of the week.
And a little preview of what's ahead for the coming week.
Plus, we got NBA.
NBA.
Time for our play of the week. Ben Simmons with the steal for LSU. He throws it ahead to Josh Gray, but Skylar BCR said, that's my ball. Oh, yeah, Skylar BCR's block, monster block. Our play of the week as Kentucky defeats LSU on senior day. All right, the Wizards were on the floor tonight. I threw this in late. Are you okay with some John Wall? That means take that video.
Go ahead.
Let's go. Paul George and the Pacers in a tight one against the Wiz tonight. First quarter, Pacers down 3. Monty Ellis, he finds George. It's 28-27. I know you're waiting for some Wall. Third quarter, Wizards up 4. Here's some Wall for you. If only people could see what you're doing right now. He hits the 3 in the corner.
I got moves, people.
The Wiz are up 7. Let's go fourth quarter. Pacers down 1. George. Ooh, turnaround jumper. The Pacers are up by 1. Let's go. Now Wiz back down 1. John Wall pushes the ball in trends. Oh my. What?
It's beautiful.
Okay, the Wizards are up 1 after that.
John Wall didn't even John Wall.
Now they're down 4, and George. That's a 3 ball. Less than 10 seconds left in regulation. Pacers down 1. George goes baseline, lays it in, draws the foul. George would make both free throws to give Indiana the lead. It's 100-99 Pacers with just 3 seconds left. Wizards down 1. Wall. See, that means you lose the game.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Wiz lose 100-99. That's too bad.
No, he doesn't get it anymore. Okay, fun little tidbit to pass along. I'm reading this off of Twitter. University of Cumberland's former Patriot, he's graduated, wide receiver Wendell Williams went 4.19 time in a 45-inch vertical at the regional combine today. And according to this, that would have been the #1 time and leap at the main NFL combine last week. So pretty awesome stuff. That'd be a fun guy to continue to follow.
Yeah, he was fast. Returned a couple punts this year that I was at.
He always provided that spark for Cumberland's. That was awesome.
I know you want to give some thanks to some people.
Yes, we really want to thank Tanner Hesterberg and Caleb No for working on their day off, basically helping us out with those post-game reaction sound bites from Leslie County and Harlan, with it being just Josh, Jamie, and I. Yeah. It's hard to be in every place at once, much less stay very late and get back here and do this. So that was a huge help for them. And then, of course, this coming week, pretty busy.
You're going to be at NKU.
For the girls' state.
For the girls' state. And then Josh is going. He's going down to Nashville.
Yeah, he's got a great gig.
Look at that.
Nashville.
You guys got 2 assignments. I'll be here holding down the fort.
Jamie will be by himself.
Yeah.
Make your sad face. I'll have great fun.
I was hoping you would close it out. I was saying bye.
Bye.
Bye.